let's do lines. How about that? Shall we do
lines everywhere, lines. Going on lines, which Discord made sound a little bit easier to do because I've recorded something to do with lines, but I want to pay $100 a month for lines and music. Lines.
Nitro.
Lines.
Nitro. That's a WCW event. I don't want to hear about it. Discord.
All right. Well, it was not a good week for two of us this week. I had 5. King had 6. Braga had 9.
Oh, baby! Oh, did I? Did I have 9? Oh, I must be leading.
You just, so you are now up 3 on King. I am 8 behind.
You've been chasing the last 2 weeks. We are
chasing picks here, fellas. So we'll start with the first game. We got Braga's Huskies. This is a tough one for him against the Fighting Shianos. Shianos -2.5 at home.
God, I mentioned this in the Discord too. Like, how do you pick this game? This is like,
I'll pick it. Give me the Scarlet Knights. I'm not a coward.
Coward. Go ahead, Ski.
I am star picking the Scarlet Knights because we will still be in September when this game's played. And they still win until it hits October.
Yeah,
and then things start falling apart.
I also have Redcards as well, actually. Like they're playing well, which it does. Like you're right about the September thing. It does make me nervous, but.
Can you name Rutgers running back?
Why would I want to?
Well, because he's like really good.
Allegedly.
Don't know.
Just ask.
What's his name then?
Kyle Manungai.
Ooh, yeah, that's a winner right there.
Cream of some young guy. What? Wayne's? We're not doing Wayne's World references anymore? No? Okay.
No, we've stopped.
Okay.
Yes.
And you were not aware of that.
I was not aware of that, yeah.
All right. Next thing we got Minnesota. Minnesota is they're catching 10.5 points in Michigan. If you were to believe what I've seen, I don't know if it's a combo of just the complete crybabiness of USC fans, or I saw something else saying, oh, Michigan's still alive. They're still potentially going to win this conference. They're not. So I'm taking Minnesota with the points.
Wow.
I still think they're not very good.
I got Michigan. I think Michigan still has talent all over the place. I don't think Orgy's very good. But as
Virgin.
I don't think Orgy very. It's like a caveman talking about his orgy experience. I don't think Orgy very good.
I am only one man.
I cannot service many.
No people pleaser.
I went to many year of therapy to not be people pleaser. That's fucking great. Like college football, right? Like players get better as the year goes on. I think if he gets better, then Michigan could be dangerous as the year goes on. So I think beating USC was a big deal for them. And I think they get the points in this one too. I got Michigan.
That was the game I highlighted last week. Where we're going to see what we think, what has been USC over the last 3 years, or was Michigan's year done? They survived. They're not done. It's not a completely dead program now.
They also like ran the ball 70 times, but
yes,
it worked.
I've got Michigan because I'm never picking. Well, it's going to take a lot for me to pick a PJ Fleck team.
Yeah, I don't love that aspect of picking Minnesota, but I'm just going against Michigan.
Question:
what state is Tim Walz from?
Minnesota.
Okay, well, he's going to be at the game, so maybe that's a good deal for the Goats.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Double swing state, Minnesota, Michigan. Just
all right. Don't you love election season when they're like, oh, and who's going to be at this game? This president and this vice president. I'm like, I don't want either of them at any of them because it's so awkward.
Yeah, my first memories of that was Clinton going to all the Arkansas basketball games or whatever. It was like
at least he was from Arkansas. Like Trump is going to Alabama, Georgia, which great. Like that's red meat for him. But it's so awkward, and it'll be awkward when Walls does it too. This is me, down the middle guy, when they're like, "Oh, and here's President or Vice President Hopeful." It's like, can we just watch the run up the middle?
Yeah, over-under number of rushing attempts in this game. 100? It's going to be 100 rushing attempts in this
like
game.
a billion.
Yeah.
All
right,
WCP pointing out that Waltz was born in Nebraska, but governor of Minnesota. Question from Booble in the chat. He says, super novice here. What the hell does catching points mean?
Catching points mean they are the underdog. They are catching 10.5. They are getting 10.5 points.
That was always very confusing for me when people would say a team is getting 10.5 points. I'm like, so they're the favorite? Like what that doesn't make sense. Like the logic behind it doesn't make sense, but you have to like actually like be around this shit enough.
They're getting points. It's like I should be getting 5 points a week here for writing the lines out, but
See,
I don't.
I would think getting points means you are being favored by this amount of points. That's what I would think logically, but it doesn't make sense.
If you are getting oral sex, you are not performing oral sex on someone. See how the getting and giving works?
Well, I mean,
Separate
buddy,
things.
I have to. There's a position there I can tell you about where it's simultaneous.
That's what the pick'em game is.
Be a giving lover, people out there. Yeah. Be a giving lover. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. Give those points. All right.
It's fun, Ski. Give it a shot, like don't comment on that, please.
No.
You gotta have a strong jaw, bud.
Yeah, he taught. All right. I was gonna say something. We'll move on. We will move on. Next game. We're gonna move on to Maryland. Maryland, they're going to Indiana. It's actually probably one of the biggest games of the week here. Indiana's a 7.5 point favorite.
I think Indiana wins. Give me September Maryland with the points.
I'm star picking Indiana.
Who?
They have been great this season. This is a big game. This is like suddenly a big game, which is weird.
But, I'll chase the points. I'll back the Terrapins here with King against you.
Fear the turtle.
All right, and here I don't even want to talk about one of these teams. We got Nebraska. Nebraska's a 10.5 point favorite in Purdue.
By the way, since we're Big Ten fans now and all that, we have the Dana Carvey turtle. But when Maryland comes up, we got to work on our Mitch McConnell thing as a drop too. So carry on.
Just interchange them, kind of.
Yeah, just I don't have a Mitch McConnell, but
maybe I'll like dress up like Dana Carvey when he was the turtle guy, because I got the shaved head. Like I can make it work. You just go.
You got glasses too.
Yeah, I do got glasses.
It works. It works.
Just got to get the big shoulder pads or something.
For this game, after last week, I'm taking Nebraska. Fuck Purdue. How do you guys lose to the fucking Beavs? Fuck you.
WCP points out, hey, Ski, maybe don't star pick Purdue.
I mean, I'll start picking against the Beavs.
Yeah.
Give me the Huskers. I love corn.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Did you know that's the home state of Vice President Hopeful, Tim Walz?
That's where he was born.
Yeah, that's where he was born.
I was not aware of that.
Have you ever had a Runza sandwich, by the way? Speaking of Nebraska.
All right, next game we got Ohio State. They are 23.5 point favorites against the Spartans.
In East Lansing?
In East Lansing.
Doesn't matter. Give me the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
Yo, Ohio State is really good. Hashtag analysis.
Ohio State
I am taking the Buckeyes as well.
Yeah, where is my notes? Ohio State did not cut. Marshall covered last week. We were all on Ohio State. I guess that's why give me Michigan State. Just for the backdoor cover, because they're not good. But
I will say Aiden Childs with 7 picks already. Not great.
That is
really bad
really
for
not
3 games.
Tremendously bad. Yeah.
not good. Next thing we got Wisconsin. Wisconsin's 15.5-point underdogs against USC.
Fight on, baby.
Is this a SC bounce back game here after
getting rid of that
that?
cancer, Bear Alexander,
Yep.
licking their wounds.
Yeah, going from
Wisconsin might not throw for 40 yards either, just like Michigan. But I guarantee you they're not running for 300.
Yeah, imagine going against Michigan's defense and then going against Wisconsin's defense. It's gonna be like lifting with 20-pound weights and then having those like 3.5s or whatever.
Hey,
like
Wisconsin only gave up 42 to Bama.
Oh, is that all? Good for them.
That's all.
Good for them.
Yeah. They scored 10 points.
Yeah,
So there you go.
Bama, SEC, they have a terrible offense. Whatever.
Exactly.
I got USC. USC.
Yeah. So do I. I'm a little surprised. Illinois, they're 17.5-point dogs going to Penn State.
Give me the Illini.
The Illini they're 4-0. I'm not sure if they beat like Nebraska. That's it.
I'm gonna say the Illini because I don't trust Drew Aller at Penn State, the quarterback, and Illini's secondary is good.
Yep.
It's legit good.
That's why I thought this line was a little high. I was pretty surprised when I saw it.
But also, I've thought that before, and Vegas has proven me wrong. I got Illinois. I like Illinois. The I teams like Illinois and Indiana are. I'm sort of riding them until they give me a reason not to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Big Iowa guy over here too.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
By the way, I think the last time Illinois went to Penn State in I think it was 2022 when they played like a 9 overtime game. And the final score was like 18-17. Peak Big Ten.
I'm taking Penn State. I just don't think he's not going to have to throw the ball. They could just run it all game. I think they'll be good. So, and then it's at 25.5 right now. I still think it's going to go up closer to 28. Ducks favored over UCLA.
Ducks. It's a revenge game and a homecoming game for Dylan Gabriel, even though he only registered at UCLA and never spent a day on campus.
Actually on campus, yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's a revenge game.
Yeah,
and a homecoming game.
Bruins legend Dylan Gabriel returning
Yeah.
to the Rose Bowl. Yeah, Oregon for me as well. They gave me reason to think they're somewhat legit against Oregon State. And if they can beat UCLA, who is not good, by more than 25.5, I think you start feeling actually good about Oregon going forward. Booble pointing out that it's the 8 p.m. game, which is gross.
It's not going to be many fans in the stadium, at least, so that's good for the Ducks.
I mean, there wouldn't be anyways, but
no. I was a little surprised. They hung with LSU a little bit last week.
They did.
But then they lost to Indiana by 30 at home. So it's like,
and they scored 16 against Hawaii.
Yeah. So what? 17-25. Yeah. So if the Ducks can score in the 40s, yeah, I'm taking Oregon. I think if that offense did finally click and figure things out, plus a bye week, give me the Ducks.
The line is in order. That's like all they really needed to do. Yeah.
Well, is it after if they stick with the line? You would think they would, right?
Yeah. Just by the way, like
working last game,
I think I mentioned this in Discord too. Just brutal couple of weeks for UCLA. Like playing LSU and then like it was at LSU, right? Yeah, like playing at Baton Rouge and then playing the Ducks. Like Jesus, good luck.
Think it. Then they have. Yeah, then they got to go to Penn State after this too.
Jeez.
So it's not getting any
welcome to the fucking Big Ten, boys. Oregon.
And that is it.
That is lines.
Lines.
Everywhere.
Lines.
Everywhere lines.